I feel like bad or ignorance needs to exist so that you can easily point out and herald or acknowledge, good.
So you disagree with them taking Trump's Twitter?
Interesting.
No, because I think we had this conversation a while ago about Roseanne, right?
Oh yeah, Roseanne.
And I don't think this is. I think this is different in terms of like the magnitude and the influence of Donald Trump in
Okay,
comparison to Roseanne Barr. Um,
right.
but I think the basis is still the same. Of like, yo, so do we take away people's rights to speak?
Okay. All right. Yeah, let's get into that. So for me, yes. I don't. There's always a line because I'm all for freedom of speech. I'm all for like having a right to your own opinion, your perspective. I of course we always talk about like how much respect we have for different platforms, right? TikTok, even though I'm not necessarily a fan of it, like some of the content and some of like the things that it represents in terms of privilege, but like platforms you respect it because they're like avenues for the youth, avenues for voices, avenues for others. So that shit isn't like always like clamped down like some 1984 shit. That being said, I mean, the line you cross is when you are like spewing hate. That's always been my take. Is like if you're spewing hate, right? Oh, you about to take off your earrings? We about to
Nah,
scrap?
yo.
But yeah,
Actually,
that's
yeah.
just how I
When
feel.
when it comes to that point of like attacking democracy, I'm about
Right.
to attack your at nah. But
Oh, that's what we're going.
that's what you
That's
saying.
how it looked. But that's how I feel.
So I understand because I argued that Roseanne shouldn't
Right.
have lost her
We had
Twitter.
this back and forth.
Um, but in saying that, as you said, there's a line, and I think once you incite the capital of our country to be attacked, I don't think we continue to allow terrorists to like gather on public platform. Like I just because at this point, Donald Trump is a terrorist just as much as they are, and I don't
What?
think he
Yeah.
should be allowed. We don't let Al Qaeda get on Twitter and catch them here. Like that would be
What?
blasphemous.
Here's or something like this, right? So let's say September 11 happens, right? And then after yo, government.
Yo,
Get
government
off.
on it, yo.
Oh my gosh. But let's say September 11 happens, right? After that, I'm like I tweet and I'm like
Yo, I'm only laughing because it's dead ass the government, yo.
it's
It's
crazy.
crazy.
But
It's
yeah,
crazy.
so after September 11, I tweet, uh, love you.
Oh, they're coming to your house.
I love you.
They're coming to your house.
That's just
And your
silly.
Twitter is shut down. You're done.
Yeah,
It's over.
because
Like, I
I'm
don't think.
endorsing that. I'm endorsing that to happen again, or that the fact that it happened at all, and that's just
Yes.
silly.
Yes.
Yeah.
So, I don't think terrorists should be able to chill and migrate onto social platforms together and create attacks right in our faces and challenge our democracy, period.
Okay. So we're good with the fact that he's been stripped of his privileges.
I mean, yeah, he still has his white male privilege, so he'll be all right.
I know, right? That does it accounts for a lot. He was quick to he really. Oh my god.
It might be Trump himself. If I can't speak, no one speaks.
Oh my god, dude. But yeah, um, either way, I think it's good that it happened. I see that a lot of platforms are like they're being more aggressive in like doing shit like that.
Yeah, he got blocked by everybody. Like,
He did, and then they're also like looking, scouting like the other groups, like other hate groups, and like kind of preventing them from like getting together and shit.
yeah. And
Because
I
that's
think
how
it's
it
important.
starts. That's how it starts.
You know why I think it's important? Because it didn't take a tweet of or attacking the Capitol, or it doesn't take me actually doing something for me to be standing on a corner with a group of friends for people to think that we're going to do something.
Right.
It's easy for me to become a target standing on the corner in the hood and be arrested or bothered.
Yeah.
And in the same token, you got terrorists gathering in the corner of a social media platform, and we're supposed to say, "Have a good night, gentlemen."
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely not.
Yeah.
Because if it was me if Black Lives Matter stormed the Capitol, as we should have, let's be very clear. There is beyond reason for us to do the same thing.
Yeah.
But when you want to deal in respect and civilization, like, you just do things a certain way. And as we talked about that video last year about that young lady going off about, just how Black Lives Matter protesters are treated and things of that nature. As always said, they're lucky we're asking for equality and not looking for revenge. Equality is, you would think it's peaceful. It should come peacefully.
Right.
We're not out for revenge. We're not out trying to attack white babies because their great great grandfathers attacked ours.
Mm-hmm.
No. But had that been me, and had we been on social platforms, trying to set up, peaceful protests, and they've been shut down. People been arrested. People been questioned by the government. Mm-hmm. And you mean to tell me that the leader of the free world should be held that should be an objection to him? Nah.
Right. It's never been about like that. Okay, during the Capitol riots, right? No one's asking for them to be shot. It's just a matter of asking
we not be shot.
Black
we
people
not be
don't
thrown
get
gas,
shot.
but like,
yeah, exactly.
It's not like I was sitting at home. Oh boy, I sure hope they pepper spray and shoot the smoke screen at them. It's like, yo, so the next time we do it, we do it peacefully. Keep the same energy.
Exactly. Just keep the same energy. That's equality. Keeping the same energy is equality. That's really all it is.
And I promise you, the National Guard, if there are more than 10 black people in front of the White House, the National Guard is in front of people's doors.
Mm-hmm.
They were not even, nobody called them until afterward.
Right. Yeah, after. Everything's after.
And now we're supposed to be, on the lookout for Inauguration Day.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to say this. White rage is cute. But piss off people of color. And if there's danger that is supposedly coming for us, so to speak, I'd be very careful. That's all I'm going to say.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we're already upset. But yeah, I mean,
no, yeah, I mean to the point of like
I get you.
Violence.
Right. like these hands.
And I say it all like, yo, us as a people are very forgiving. Like,
right.
Period. So let's give it some grace.
Mm-hmm.
We constantly have been giving things grace. But like, we don't want to fight. We just want love and equality.
Yeah.
But if we have to fight, I'm going to just leave it at that.
Right. So my perspective like a few years ago was that this was like their last stand of that sort of ignorant perspective. I think maybe not necessarily true. I don't necessarily agree with myself from a couple years ago, but I do think that this, of course, is what happens when you elect a black president. Number one, that was like,
Yeah, this is like payback.
yeah, it was just like a long time coming, right? So that being said, it's not really the last stand, but I think this will be the strongest they can be because there's someone who's given them that sort of platform and endorsement to like really be upfront about it, about the ignorance. So, um, but yeah, I mean, that ignorance is outnumbered. You know,
Yeah,
just
like I was
naturally
saying,
we
I'm like,
grow
yo,
up, we
the
we we
cruise.
evolve.
I mean, they did have a lot of people storm the Capitol, but in comparison to like the peaceful protests, that was a small little mob.
Because most people are actually decent people.
Right, and I think that has to be pointed out
Yeah,
in moments like this. Like what we see on TV is real and it's happening, but most everyday people are they're like they just want peace and like this doesn't speak to the entire population.
right.
If I can say that.
If Martin Luther King is still around, Obama's not the first black president.
You think Martin was? Maybe?
I don't know, not ne- not necessarily, but I
Someone
think
of
it's
his ilk.
accelerated.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
accelerated.
I think so.
Yeah, like like an
Yeah.
understudy,
Yeah.
an understudy of MLK. You know what I mean? Like, because again, if he was still around, everything would be accelerated, like you said. So,
Yeah, I think we get a black president around the 80s, like right after Reagan. Like because I think that was the perfect time for a black man to run for president.
what year did MLK get assassinated?
69, I think.
If he was around for Reagan,
It's over with. One, I'm not sure Reagan would have been elected
possibly. So,
because also MLK also spoke
mhm,
to politics. So, in his influence on the people chosen in political parties was big.
mhm,
Like people listened to him in terms of that. So
yeah,
this could be a whole entirely different pool of presidents from, the 60s to now.
yeah, yeah, I could see that.
Like Trump may never be president.
Yeah, I mean, who knows, right?
That's
Like,
a movie, a parallel universe about like MLK surviving.
yeah.
Uh,
If he was still around,
Yo,
nothing happened.
some of you Hollywood people, why don't y'all do a series on that? Like one episode Big stays alive, one episode Pac stays alive, one episode Martin Luther King stays alive. Just not just black people. I'm just black, so
Interesting.
those are the people that jump on my head. But like, do an episode, see who makes it, who doesn't. Cause y'all swear Beyonce wouldn't be shit if Aaliyah stayed alive, but I disagree heavily. But like,
Who says that?
yo, Twitter, like
Interesting.
Aaliyah's diehard fans. Oh
Yeah.
my God, there'd be no Beyonce if Aaliyah was still alive. I'm like, yo, what?
If
Beyonce
Aaliyah was
was
still
here.
alive, nah, you're not stopping that train. Not
Train's
Beyonce.
not going anywhere.